Hello everyone, my name is Naguura and today I can show you something really special because I was invited to London for a special event with Blizzard to test the World of Warcraft War Within expansion, the alpha, with some other content creators. So I'm here in London right now and we are basically having this LAN event where everyone can log in and try some alpha, and I'll show you some exclusive content that I recorded in London here. So first of all, we did manage to test the new character screen that looks really cool. It was reworked a little bit. You can see the warbands, basically like the warband UI, where you can have your warband characters on the right, and then what else we could test was the first area, like the first leveling area, the first few levels. You can see they reworked a little bit of the questing and like the icons on the minimap, on the world map, and also what you can see walking around. So you can see it's a little bit more clear and which quests are more important, which one are campaign quests, which one are important for your character's progression, and which ones are side quests, which is really cool. There's also dynamic flying, which basically means you can do dragon riding with almost any mount. You can even do it with druid flight form, which I thought was really cool. Then there's of course the new hero talents that we were able to test a little bit. The classes that are already on alpha that were changed quite a lot was the warrior, fury in arms, talents that I'll show you in a bit. Then the druid class tree was reworked, the balance tree, the feral tree, and the resto tree. Paladin, ret, and holy, evoker, preservation, and for monk it was the class tree, the windwalker, and the mistweaver tree that was changed up quite a bit. Then we also have the level cap set to 73. That is the levels that you're supposed to do within this first zone. And there's some notes they gave us about the new zone. It's called the Isle of Dorn. So basically the background for the zone is that the main denizens of the zone are called Earthen, and they once followed the edicts of the Titans, but as the time passed, the keepers were gone and the Earthen machines have fallen into ruin, basically. There are 3 groups of Earthen. 2 are in the Isle of Dorn. The Oath Sworn, they remain loyal to the Titans and await their return, and the Unbound, they have branched off to build their own society free from the Titan edicts. Then we have Magni Moira, which is Magni's wife, and the heir of, I believe, Ironforge, Stormwind, I'm not sure, and her son, Dagran. And they'll be leading the way into the Isle of Dorn and negotiating with the Earthen to reopen the Coreway in order to follow the Nerubians. You can experience different sides of the Earthen culture in this area. The Earthen who are dealing with their own burgeoning individuality and independence. And yeah, the zone is not fully done yet. As you can see, there's a lot of critters that are still missing in the zone. There's some NPCs that are missing and some other things, but it does look already very beautiful, and it already it feels like a zone that is not underneath the earth, if you know what I mean. Like, it feels very open, and I felt like that was cool. It wasn't as depressing that all of the zones are just kind of contained within like a cave or something like that. I felt that was really cool that there's zones that are still open or that have this open feeling, and where the dragon riding or the dynamic flight does feel very nice. Then I also managed to test the dungeons and the delves. The 2 dungeons that were available to test is the Cinderbrew, Meadery, and the Rookery. One thing they told us about the dungeons is they're also going to be now implemented in the campaign, which is something that we didn't have before because of accessibility and also people not wanting to necessarily group up with others to do the dungeons to be able to see the campaign. But now with the follower dungeons, they made sure that you can do follower dungeons early on already in this new expansion, and therefore you can do the campaign quest in the dungeon and experience the dungeons as part of the campaign, while also just playing it solo with the followers, with the NPCs provided by that mode, which is really cool, I thought. Then there are some other interface and changes they did with the UI. So the spellbook looks different. The looks doesn't seem to be final yet, but it has been merged with the talent panel, which makes confusion. But yeah, the look is not final. Then the profession has a separate button now at the micro menu at the bottom, and herbalism is up for testing in this alpha build. I didn't manage to test too much of it yet, but this is what it looks like. And then, as I said, the quest markers have been updated, the quest banks, the quest tracking was updated, and there's a new Flight Master user experience, which I tried to check out, but I didn't necessarily find whatever was new. Then, something really cool is that there's a new accessible feature. It's called All Crabs. So the War Within has a lot of Nerubians and spiders, and there are people who have arachnophobia. and you can basically toggle an option on that will turn all of the spiders, all of the Nerubians into crabs, which is very cool. So in case you were worried about that, you do have an option to turn that on. For the delves, I managed to test the Earthcrawl Mines, Fungal Folly, Kriegwald Rest, and yeah, those are really cool. So there's different difficulties, going from tier 1, which is like the normal difficulty for anyone that just wants to test them out and walks in, that doesn't want to have any like more challenging difficulty, and it does scale up. There's like higher tiers. Apparently it scales up in difficulty up to the equivalent of an M+10, which would basically be an M+20 from before they reworked the levels of M+. So the difficulty would be M+20 before Season 4 and M+10 after Season 4, if you want to compare it to the difficulty, which means that, in my opinion, the rewards would scale up all the way to Mythic +20 level, which is the maximum amount of item level you can get from Mythic Plus. So you will be able to get the highest item level in Delves from the Vault as well as from M+. The only difference would be the rating, the Mythic rating. It will give slightly higher item level in comparison, but you can then upgrade them to the same item level anyway, so therefore all 3 aspects of the Vault would be giving the same item level. So Delves are not lower than M+ or rating is. They also removed PvP from the Vault, so PvP is not going to be part of the Vault anymore. It's going to be going back to vendors like it previously was, which I thought was really cool. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to show you some more footage of the delves, and I also was able to do a dev interview where I'm going to ask some more high-end questions, some more detailed questions that I will be doing a separate video on, so make sure you check that out as well if you're interested in more high-end deep dive questions about high-end PvE. And yeah, I enjoyed the footage and I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more videos like these. I'm going to be covering a lot of the War Within alpha content, beta content, and also of course once it goes live I'll be making a lot of guides and whatnot, specifically for what to do at the start of the expansion, so general guides, but also some Moonking guides or Druid guides in general. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, make sure you ask in the comments below or come over to my stream at twitch.tv/Naguura for any further questions. Thank you so much and have a nice rest of your day. Bye!
What have we here?